I don't know why I did that, but
I
oh
don't
my
know
god.
either. But now we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live. This is going to be the live for Wicked Lies Boys Tell by Webster, and I am joined by Clint. If you want to introduce yourself, even though you don't really have to.
Hi, Clint from Reed's Readers. I'm the gay man part of this duo, so I can tell if positions and stuff in these books are done correctly or not. Yeah, I didn't know what else to say. Let me share the live.
Yeah.
All right, because I know Jeff read it.
I need to find the link to share it.
I'm sharing it in group chats. It's a Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hello.
And it's okay that you didn't read the book. Come join us. You may want to read the book.
You never know. Oh gosh. Didn't mean to click the notification.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. In the Queer Reads group chat, someone had asked, "Are we all gay in here?" And I was like, "Well, we all know that I'm gayer than a $3 bill. I make Richard Simmons and Elton John look like they're straight." And someone was like, "Not Richard Simmons." And then someone else went, "The 80s exercise dude?" Yes. Yes, the 80s exercise dude. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. So, what did you end up rating the book?
I gave it 4 stars because while I enjoyed it and it was a good read, it's not a favorite, it's not one that I'm always going to think about, but I did enjoy it and would recommend it to people and all that.
I gave it a 5 star.
Which I'm so surprised. I saw your Goodreads rating and I was like, "Huh?" Because we thought you were going to hate it.
Yes. I gave it 5 stars because something about this couple I keep thinking about. Since I've sat it down, I want to reread it. It's something about this couple. Like, it didn't get a 6 star, so it's not like an all time favorite. This will be on my favorites of the year. This month I gave enough 6 stars, so I couldn't give this one a 6 star. This
Understandable.
month we have had 1, 2, 3 6 stars and a new favorite of the year. But this is going to make this bracket that Nikki and all of us are doing at the end of the year for book boyfriend bracket really freaking hard for this month.
Ooh. Damn.
Because I don't know if Copeland or what's his name from the night is gonna win. Because Gideon. But Copeland.
I loved him. I loved them both.
Okay, so I've got the questions pulled up that
I do too.
Yay!
I was smart this time, unlike the last time. To be fair, the last time, the
You
last
had
live
dick
I
on the
blame, I
brain.
was hungover and distracted.
So we did our ratings. Who's your most favorite character?
Ooh, probably Copeland, just because I feel like he has just that little bit extra, like, character growth in the book.
Yes.
And also, it's very, very fun to see him go from beginning of the book, oh, I'm completely straight. No, 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 nope. And then by the end, it's like,
I'm in
okay,
love with
honey.
you. My favorite is Copeland. Something about him had like intrigued me from the very beginning when he was first introduced. Yeah, he was like all this brooding bad guy, but even he, you could tell he was missing Penn, and I'm like, you're just mad that you liked the kiss. And then when he did the whole, you can't do things with what's his name, but you can practice on me instead.
It's like, okay.
I was like, all right, you're gay.
Yeah, I was like, also, this is how we're doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Least favorite character.
Well, obviously, just the dads.
I got one dad in particular. The other
Yeah,
one kind of got a redemption to his
but
story.
but even then, it's kind of still like you were an asshole, so you don't got full redemption. But
And even
Penn's
his redemption was still being an ass. But
yeah, but
but
Penn's dad, fuck
Penn's
him.
dad needs to fucking die.
Honestly,
Ugh.
like, ugh.
Okay, what was your favorite part of the book?
Ooh, I'm honestly not sure. I also love how you're leading this discussion.
Oh shit, you were supposed to, weren't you?
I don't care. When in doubt, I like to sit back and do nothing in any
Just
situation.
alternating channels.
Yeah,
But whoever wants to take over, take over.
exactly. I don't know. I have
I have three scenes that come to mind.
honestly, it just like kind of it's not a specific moment, but it's just kind of in that middle bit where they're like almost like teetering between like they're just becoming friends again, but then there's more, but they're trying to figure that out. Just that entire like portion I really liked because it was that like almost like tug of war of especially for Copeland of do I give in, do I not, do I give in, do I not, and especially of how one of my favorite things is how he's like, you don't kiss me. And then he was the one to kiss Penn.
Yes.
And like I
Can
was like, I knew that's how that was gonna happen. I literally was like screeching in that moment.
I state that kind of gave me Foxhole Court vibes,
Yes. Oh my
and
gosh.
I was like, yes, please. But the three scenes that stand out the most to me, as like I enjoyed these scenes, like my favorite type of scene. One was the tattoo parlor,
Ooh.
getting the tattoo scene. And I was like, you're going to give him a blowjob. Where? You're right next to the. What? Okay. Getting public indecency. All right. Works for me. Um, Two was at the school when Penn grabbed Copeland and kissed him and told the whole world that he was his to stop itch to stop what's her name, the ex-girlfriend,
Ivy.
Ivy.
I had to think there for a second.
Are we sure?
Yeah, it is.
Who's the other one
The other girl?
on the phone with hold on.
I'm looking.
Leah. Okay. Leah and Ivy. Okay. I don't pay attention to the girls. The girls don't matter. Um and then the last one is that epilogue.
Yeah.
The Christmas in London, owning his own tattoo.
I love
I
it.
want more in this world with these characters.
I honestly do too, because I feel like because the book was so short that I feel like that's part of the reason why I couldn't give it a 5 star is because I felt like there just needed to be a bit more of like the characters, like the easiest way to say it is the characters not fucking.
Normally, I don't like books that where it's the plot is just fucking, but the plot in this, with it just being just the fucking, worked in a way where it made the plot make more sense on why it was that.
Yeah, like that's a thing of like I'm torn because like I'm like I wanted a little bit more plot and like but I wanted to keep the amount of fucking, but I know if we added more plot, then it would take away from the fucking.
Yes,
So
but the
it's like
fucking was, and I'm sorry, Kay Webster knows how to write a sex scene. Holy fucking hell! And I want to know, which I'm sure she has, but the descriptions of how the person felt during anal for the first time was so realistic that my brain went, okay, this Webster's been fucked. Kay's been fucked in the ass once or twice. I'm sorry. It was too realistic for it to be like how it felt, the burning, the everything, where like it's so much pain, but you're enjoying the pain. It's such a weird mindset, but it's like you don't see that in a lot of books on how realistic that really is. And I felt very compelled that all these sex scenes were really realistic and not porn.
yeah, that's one thing that I did like really about the sex scenes is like they were like descriptive enough that you know what's going on and you understand the character's feelings, but it's not so graphic that they're lasting like 10 pages.
Hmm.
They're only a couple pages, but you get the character's feelings and emotions and just that connection without it being literally like you're reading porn.
See, like basically comparing this to, oh, I have the book turned around because I'm unhauling it. That baseball one that I tried to read during um
Oh, I don't.
Slutty Studies, but comparing those sex scenes to those felt like the authors have only ever seen gay porn. And it was like they took that as that's how gay men have sex. So not true. Far from it. So unrealistic because they cut out all the preparation scenes and stuff like that, and like in pornos, it's just like let's just shove it in with no prep, no lube, no nothing, just shove it on in. No, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
recipe for
never happening.
disaster.
This felt like she knew what real sex was and wanted the sex to be portrayed correctly.
Yeah, there's. I love how at one point when I was reading the book, I was like, "Yeah, Clint's gonna have good things to say about this." Like it just in the back of my head, that was a thing.
I was like, it could have been worse. I could have hated this book. I would still have had things to say
I
either
know, and
way.
that's one thing of like we genuinely thought, "Oh, you were gonna like not like it," because when we picked it, we didn't realize that it was set in high school with characters who are 18, because that's usually not what you gravitate
I will
towards.
say the age kind of got confusing in different scenes because there was moments I had to keep reminding myself when they said that they were like 16 or 17. Those were
Those are like
flashbacks.
flashbacks. Yeah.
So it's like I was like, okay, they are 18, cool. Me getting turned on is okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's
It's
very
not
explicitly said
pedophilia.
in
We're
the book
good.
that they're 18. So it's like it's okay. Everything's okay.
Everything's okay. They're of age. We're good. What was your least favorite part of the book?
I guess the whole part of how when Penn and Leah had to fake being engaged and all that shit. Like I get logically of like they're both of their parents are these like rich affluential people who have ties to things that obviously if they bring the families together it would be good for everybody, and so that like I can see why the parents forced it in some ways, but just in execution I'm like these are 18-year-olds not even out of high school. Wait to bring this shit up until they're at least in college and have some sort of like experience in life.
Or at least see if there's even a connection. Shit.
Exactly. Like, if it's like, and I guess in some ways, Penn did kind of almost force his own hand because of like seeming interested in Leah just to kind of like almost throw everybody off and also kind of try to convince himself.
I
But at the so he it's like he kind of almost initiated that of like going to the movies with Leah, telling his dad.
yeah.
So then it probably wasn't until that then their dads had the conversation and was like, yeah,
Also, one thing, Ivy, darling. One, back up, you're getting a little stalkerish. Two,
yeah,
who's to say Penn didn't know? Okay, if it was true, who says that Penn isn't allowing Leah to sleep with Copeland, and who says the two of them aren't sleeping with her together? That could have been a thing too. When
true.
she kept like throwing in, well, she's supposed to be engaged to him. Who says best friends don't fuck the same girl at the same time? Listen.
You never know.
And one could be like Copeland could be fucking Penn while Penn's fucking Leah. Who knows? There's so many outcomes here, woman. Why are you just
Exactly.
assuming that Penn is such a pussy that he's just standing there allowing this to happen? God, I hate Ivy. Okay,
I
that's
do.
another character that needs to die.
Yeah, especially of how she almost wouldn't believe when Copeland was like, I never loved you. And she's like, no, but you. It's like, people could lie.
Men lie all the time to get into women's pants. Let's be
Exactly.
honest. Men lie to get into other men's pants too. So listen, men
Men
just
just
lie.
lie and are horrible sometimes.
Listen. Um, do we want to do plot or writing?
I mean, I'll briefly talk about the writing because I did like of how simplistic everything was because it kept the pacing good and it made it a really quick and easy read. And so I did like how it was simplistic in the writing, but not boring.
Yeah, I'll completely agree with that. And we've already talked about the plot. The plot was sex. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
That and trying to hide it from from their dads,
yeah, trying to
because their
hide it.
dads would have gone batshit insane, which they did
Yeah,
until one dad beat the fuck out of one, and then the other dad was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did this. I'm gonna use you against him now." It's like, what the fuck?
it's like, huh?
These dads were shitty.
Yeah,
Would you reread this? I've already answered and said yes. I want to reread it now.
I think I would if I just wanted something like quick, easy, smutty, but entertaining, and just yeah. I would probably, but not for at least a couple months, maybe a year.
Yeah. Would we buy this for someone?
I mean, I would buy a copy for myself
Yes.
because I just bought the freaking Kindle edition because that's all I could afford, and also I literally needed to buy it and read it within the same day, pretty much.
I mean, if some place decides to do a special edition of this, I might purchase it and then unhaul this edition. But
I feel like I would buy it for somebody else if it's what they were like wanting. Like, oh, I want a quick and easy like romance that's smutty. I'd be like, here you go.
yeah, would we recommend this to our friends to read?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like people like Morgan would really enjoy it. And I think Kaylani and the girls would really love it too.
Yeah, I
If
would.
they were in the mood for a Mel Mel romance.
Yeah, I would recommend it to just kind of anybody that wants like a quick and as I kind of said, like a quick and easy romance.
This will be on my favorites of the year, but will probably be on my favorite Mel Mel couples of the year list
Hmm.
because they are the epitome of soulmates. And a lot of times, yeah, books will be like, oh, they're destined to be together. But it doesn't really feel like it's destiny. It's just like, oh, I like you as a couple. These two, though, it's like they were magnets drawn to each other.
Well, yeah, because also Penn says I think I might have had it um tabbed maybe. Um, oh no, I didn't. Of just
He said
didn't
something
Penn
about
say that he was like 12 or something when he knew that he loved Cope, and so it's like, oh my gosh, like if you love somebody at that young and it stays until you're 18, it's gonna stay for your entire. That love is gonna stay your entire life.
I'm just something about them just they're like the yin to the yang and they both come from very dark and horrible places. But it takes them going through these dark places to see the light and the sunshine and to essentially see the rainbow after the rain.
Yeah,
I hate to use that as an analogy because it's a gay romance, but having to use something like a rainbow, but this just makes sense. Um, would you read another book by this author?
absolutely. I want to read a bunch of Kay Webster's books. I've actually read a book, well, two books by her before. So this was my third book. The other two were co-written, but I would 100% read more. I think I actually literally have some on my Goodreads that I want to read. I'm pretty sure.
I have one that it's Feuds and Reckless Fury, which is on a list for best Mau Mau romances of all time.
Hmm. I know I really want to try her like taboo stuff just to see how she writes that.
You try it, you tell me how they are, because we already know if it gets a little too taboo, it might be a little too much for me. Haunting Adeline being an
Oh well,
example.
Kay Webster. It's also weird to think about how Kay Webster can write this, but then also like write like shit that's like banned on Amazon.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm like I kind of want to see like her range in books. Like this is on the like normal stuff,
See,
and then there's literal. She literally has written incest multiple times.
I could see her. She kind of reminds me a lot of Willow Winters,
Ooh,
where
yeah,
how Willow Winters has her entire collection where she's got like the discreet, where it like goes from like light colors into dark colors, and that like shows her range of that's a small town romance. This is a mafia romance where the gun's gonna get shoved up in places that it really shouldn't be, kind of taboo to go from. And I feel like she could be an author like that.
yeah, because like some of the books that I'm just literally going through her Goodreads author profile, but I'm like The Wild, I wouldn't mind reading. Hail. Um, Do, do, do,
I
do.
might check out more of her Mel Mel romances because I feel like
Yeah.
I would have more luck with
Gosh,
those.
she has so many. I didn't realize it was honestly this many. Gosh.
Hey, that would be a good author for that question that I asked you earlier. You could get
Uh-huh.
through her entire backlist in a year.
Because I'm like scrolling through, I'm like, there's some. Oh my god. Like, yeah,
Okay,
some of these are. Jesus Christ, I'm still scrolling.
would you read another book set in this world?
Yes, but I'm not sure. Like, it would depend on who it's about.
To me, if they continue in London with the tattoo shop and the next one be a sapphic romance with, oh god, what was her name? Faye, the tattoo artist. Yeah, Faye that they have in England. I would continue from there. Or if she wanted to write a book that was set at this exact same time as this book was wrote from Leah's point of view.
I would 100% read that.
Where at it should start at the party where Leah goes off with Mac. Is it Mac?
Max?
Max?
I think it's Max.
Yeah, because Dante's the gay guy. Yeah, Max. Would we recommend this? What books would you recommend that are similar?
Off to Goodreads we go. What have I read that's similar?
Foxhole Court.
Yeah, yes. Nope, that's not them. I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh,
Someday.
yeah,
If you like this book but you felt like it wasn't heavy enough, I would
yes.
recommend Someday.
I'm literally just scrolling through my Goodreads right now.
Um,
Like, also the easiest way to describe my brain just remembered this of how I was saying this of like this gives me I think I've told you this to you of like it gives me vibes of like stuff that I would read on Wattpad back in
mhm,
like 2018, 2019, like right before I started actually like reading, like not just like casually, but like I literally would read stuff exactly like this
mhm.
on there. And so it's like in the best way possible. That's what it reminds me of. Because of it being just so simple and like not really like it's high stakes because like oh nobody can find out but it's like that's the only high stakes in the book is just oh nobody can find out.
See, my thing is I haven't. I probably gave this also a 5 star over a 4 star because I haven't read a lot of things that are dark romance when it comes to Mel Mel. I'm dipping my toes and
Yeah,
learning.
like this isn't even like
It's not that dark, but
no.
one book I would recommend, even though I DNF'd the book. I DNF'd the book because it was too long, and I felt like it should have been shortened. But Wrath by Ella Frank, yeah, they're stepbrothers, but the way Copeland treats Penn in this in some scenes reminded me a lot of the new stepbrother entering in the other guy's life of I fucking hate you now, like Now lay down and suck my cock, you asshole. I'm not a fag, you are, I'm gonna use you. Kind of thing.
Okay.
Like if you want like a slightly heavier version of those scenes. If Wrath would have been cut in half and been 2 books, I probably would have finished it. Because I read a book and I still had a book to go. And I was like, I don't care enough.
Understandable.
I mean, it's the length of pucking around, let's be honest. If I would have had an audiobook, I might have actually finished Wrath. But
Shockingly, I don't have really any fun notes for this.
me
Besides
either.
one line is just, in the meantime, I'm taking a nap. I just went mood.
Bill.
And then the other one, I don't know if I want to say it out loud on a live show on my channel.
What chapter?
I'll take a screenshot and just send it to you.
Okay.
I don't mind telling you. I'm like, I don't mind you seeing it, but I don't know if I want that on the internet forever. I mean, you're not going to be shocked. It's the one that says chapter 13.
Oh, about the hickeys?
You're supposed to stay quiet.
Oh. I will say I do like the whole Cope may be straight and my best friend, but I will never forget the way his eyes seared into mine as I looked up at him from my knees. Maybe even for only a few moments, he was right there with me. There was no gay or straight, no right or wrong, just us, Penn and Cope. One of
Yeah.
the best lines of the book.
Well, I also like this from it's chapter 16, right? Yeah, chapter 16. We're Penn and Cope, best fucking friends, like always, two tornadoes, but instead of bouncing off each other and wreaking havoc alongside the other, we become one, unstoppable.
And it was right around then that he said something about being magnetized. And I kept seeing it the rest of the book of them being magnets drawn to each other.
Yeah.
But yes. So, any other thoughts on the book?
I honestly don't think so.
I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, because
But we had more to talk about with this book than we did the last one, though.
the last one, let me see how long the last live
Was 30
was.
minutes, too.
Yeah.
But
But
that
also, like, half of that we were talking about other things and
we were
not.
like, I don't know where to go with this.
Yeah, or getting distracted, or things being said
Us
by.
getting distracted.
What?
Us getting distracted.
That is true. But
Well, I'm excited for our next book.
I am too. I feel like that one, hopefully, we're going to have a little bit more to talk about. But you never know.
You know, every book we've done so far are all kind of short.
Yeah. We're easing into this.
And I still gotta buy October and December's books so that I can film the next announcement.
Yeah.
But I am excited for Love and Monsters by Max Walker, which hopefully we'll have more to say because there's a suspense stalker element.
That I am definitely excited to read.
Granted, love Max Walker, but even with the Stonewall Investigations series as a whole, 3 separate series, there's really not a lot to talk about.
Fair.
It's these couples are drawn to each other over each of these different cases, and then there's like an over ranking case. You have the unicorn killer, and then in a side story, took that unicorn killer and made him into the Pegasus killer, where he was killing gay people. Unicorn killer was stabbing them in the head and leaving them for dead, gay people. Pegasus would stab him in the head, leave the knife, and would draw wings next to them and blood.
Oh, lovely.
So, but that was like an overarch. Like you had to read all the books to find out who that person was.
Ow.
So I'm hoping the series doesn't do that. But I'm excited.
And you too.
I'm excited to introduce you to one of my favorite authors.
Yeah, because I haven't read anything by Max Walker before, so fingers crossed this is a good place to start.
And Max Walker is one of the ones that I am contemplating choosing to do their entire backlist for next year.
Ooh.
Because all I would have is this series. The Sunday Brothers, I think is the name of that series. The Seven Rainbow something, which is a duology. And the Hospital series. And then I have 2 books for the Stonewall Investigation series that I still need to read, but I'm reading those in December. They're both Christmas books.
Makes sense. Read Christmas stuff.
I did not realize that one of my 6 stars this month, when I went into it, was a Christmas book. And it's my favorite in the series. In my May Archer series, because it's a small town romance. This one is a second chance marriage with a grumpy sunshine trope set around Christmas with a single father trope.
You mentioned that.
And it felt like a Hallmark movie.
No.
It just warms my soul. But yes, for those of you who come and watch this when we're not here or are currently watching it and not commenting, that's
The
fine.
one person.
Comment down below on any of our videos. Anytime you see us, let us know any Mel romances that you guys would love to see us do. Any tropes, any authors, or such that you would like us to try out.
Yeah, because we have so far up to what? April of next year planned?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have some ideas of maybe doing a problematic author.
Ooh.
Because
when we're off live, I kind of want to hear
said
some ideas.
problematic author is on a lot of all-time best Mel romance lists, and I'm like, really want to read, but you're such a problematic person.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So I feel like it would be interesting to see, could we separate the work from the author?
Or else it would be just a very interesting live show of us probably shitting on the author. Either way would be fun.
I mean, I've also contemplated classics.
That's where I get a little scared.
That's where I get scared too, girl. I get scared too. But there's some like very prominent Mel romances that are like people hold to a high degree. And I'm like, but you were written in 1970. You were written in 1950 something.
Like,
This may be a project that I do outside of this.
yeah.
And if I DNF it, no one needs to know I tried to read it.
I mean, we can always just try it, and then worst case scenario, we DNF it, and the live is like 10 minutes where we're like, we hated it.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, comment down below and let us know any things you guys would like to see, or hit us up on any of our social media platforms, or at, I keep forgetting we have it.
We have it. I freaking I have the I should have posted the link to the Twitter because I have the freaking I'm signed in to
So
the
am
Twitter
I.
on my laptop here.
Ugh. We'll get better at this, guys. This is the first year
Yeah.
testing out the waters of what works, what doesn't work. So hopefully next year we can be
To
professional.
be fair, there's sometimes we can't even manage our own social medias, let alone a book club.
Enough said. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
I don't really think so. I think this is kind of the end, I guess.
I feel like we need to. Okay, another idea for future is if we can get people that want to read the books with us and want to come on and discuss them, let us know.
Yeah.
We're open to almost everybody within reason.
Put it this way,
If
just shoot us a DM and we'll figure things out.
Yeah, we'll see if we all can connect and get a day where we can all go live.
Yeah, that would be the difficult
Just know live shows are
part, just even between the
usually,
two of us. It's like,
yeah, usually they're the first 2 weeks of the following month,
yeah, usually Saturdays.
or Sundays. If we have to do it on a Sunday, we can.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got. If you want to do your wrap up stuff,
Well, I guess thank you to everybody who did join in. Well, Nikki in the comments, or to anybody that just popped in and out to watch either while live or afterwards. Thank you so much to Clint for joining me for this discussion. It was definitely fun. And
catch
yeah,
us
I
on the
guess this
next
is,
one.
yeah, join us for Love and Monsters by Max Walker for the month of September. The live will be on Clint's channel sometime beginning of October. And yeah, I guess we will just say bye.
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 And